How you doing, man? Good morning.
How
All right. So today we are looking at day 12 for 30 days of AI from 100 school. Thanks, Max. And it looks like we're working on some spreadsheets today. So let's get started. All right. Day 12, the tool. Okay. The AI tool that turns your data into decisions. All right. So two people are looking at the same spreadsheet. Of course, person with no AI and person with AI. All right. They squint at endless rows of numbers, copy paste formulas, and slap together a chart that looks like Tetris. Yeah, that sounds about right. After an hour, no insights. All right, person B, they fire up Gemini in Sheets. Weird. I have it in the background. What question can answer this data and instantly get up to 10 smart ideas? With a few clicks, they can get some clean charts, clear patterns, and a short story. In 20 minutes, they're holding a report with graphs that actually tell a cohesive story. So we're going to be telling stories. All right, two wildly different outcomes. Today teaches us how to do lesson B. We'll do the dig framework. Did anybody do yesterday's lesson where we started the dig? No? All right. Well, the dig lesson is from yesterday. That's all right. Inside Google Sheets with Gemini, we'll start. Instead of staring at endless rows, we'll spot messy data, clean up questions, and auto-generate charts. Nice. All right, let's get started. There we go. All right, making data make sense. Okay, let's see. Your bad charts look like a tennis match you'll never win. Today we're going to learn how to tell a story. Here's a chart. Oh, a mountain range. That does look like a mountain range. All right, today, what are our objectives? Today we're going to have a Google Sheet dashboard with 2 to 3 charts and a written mini report. And we're going to be using Gemini and Google Sheets. No Chat GPT on here. Woohoo! I have nothing against Chat GPT. It's just Max is very Chat GPT heavy. That's all. It's okay. All right, field notes. The dig framework. Again, nice. This was a good one yesterday to help get some stuff. All right, spotlight. So where did he get this idea from? Hans Rosling, a Swedish professor, founder of Gapminder, became famous by turning global data into unforgettable visuals. Instead of spreadsheets, he used bubble charts to show how health and wealth improved over time. All right. Audience didn't see numbers. They saw stories of progress, setbacks, and hope. His talks went viral because he predicted one simple truth. When data tells a story, people remember. All right. So let's look at data and the story behind it. All right. Here's another chance to practice the dig framework directly inside of Google Sheets. We'll upload dummy data set, use Gemini to guide, and then generate some charts. All right, setup. Let's download this file. Dummy sales 12. All right. Open in Google Sheets. Open in Google Drive. New file, file upload. Open the CSV. Open with Google Sheets. Okay. All right. You can get a printable PDF of this framework in the resources above. Okay. Before diving into this, understand what you're working with. Open up the Ask Gemini panel. Write the following prompt. All right. Okay, we have the spreadsheet already. Let me open up Google Drive. I have a whole folder for Max's 100 school stuff. It's from the other lessons. Done in 2025, so this year. Okay, so new file upload. All right, there we go. We got it. Open as. Open with Google Sheets. There we go. Guess we don't need this one. All right. look at all this stuff. Okay. All right. First thing, we're going to see what's going on. Okay. Product looks similar to the other. Revenue. All right. So it just looks like a bunch of sales analytics. All right. List all columns. Show 3 examples values for each. Flag missing outliers. There we go. All right. Let's see what it's doing. Welcome. We're doing some spreadsheets today. We're using AI more specifically. All right. Ask Gemini. So this is what we're doing. So before diving in, write this prompt. Okay. And then generate meaningful questions. All right. So we got this. So example, we have a bunch of examples. Go wide. Yeah, I know we can make that bigger. Okay, so this is all the missing data. Create a chart, create pro formula. All right. So we have everything that we need. So enable Gemini in the side panel. Okay, show 3 examples and flag missing values. All right. So it looks like we got what we got from this, but what are we looking at? So we're missing a lot of stuff. No, maybe not. Example values. All right. Again, we're not missing anything. Okay, so let's generate some meaningful questions that could answer that data. All right, suggest 10 questions this sheet could answer. So this is the same as yesterday, or very similar to it, just with different data sets, and we're doing it through Google now. All right, so we're going to pick our top 3 and list what columns are needed to answer them. So what are some good questions? And we'll find some that we want. No, we're not going to help you improve. Not today. I like this because it gives us ideas about what questions we should be asking instead of what we think or what the board tells us to ask. Okay, so here we go. What is the total revenue generated over time? What products are generating the most revenue? Which regions are performing the best? What are the most effective sales channels? I do like that one. Customer type. Oh, okay, the source. Yeah, okay, the source. What are the primary sources of customer acquisition? Is there a difference in purchasing behavior? How do discounts impact revenue sold? Ooh, I have some managers that have a lot to say about discounting. Refund rate. What are the average units? What do we like here? What do we like? What are some questions you guys like? What's one that you guys want to do? What are some ideas? We have 3 to pick. What's one? These are the top 3 that they suggested. Which products are generating the most revenue? I did like channels. What columns are the most effective channels? Let's go with that one. So we should know. Okay. Let's do the channels. Okay. Then pick your top 3. All right. Pick one question. Write the following prompt. Focus on this question. List exact columns. Propose 2 to 3 visuals. All right. So this is pretty much the same exact thing as yesterday. We're just using Gemini instead of ChatGPT. All right. Let's go with this one. We're going to use the effective sales channels. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Okay. List the exact columns. Propose 2 to 3 visuals. All right. Let's see what we got with the visuals. Hopefully they were better than yesterday. And not that the visuals were terrible yesterday. They just weren't great. All right, here we go. Live and editable. Insert these sheets into the chart. It updates with changes of the inserted data. Cool. Good to see that. All right. So which ones do we have? Percentage total. Website, sales, partner. All right. Total revenue by sales channel. Again, website. And then just the raw numbers. It's the most effective. Okay. Total revenue by sales channel and total revenue by sales channel. Okay, one of the tips here, you must open each section. I did open each section. Okay, that's right. Let's move on. Okay, you just practiced the dig framework. Should we insert this? And pick your list of top 3. No, it doesn't say anything about actually inserting them into the doc. Let's do it anyway. Preview it. Okay. What do you think, the line or the pie? Line or the pie? What do we want to insert?
Pie.
Pie. Okay. All right. Everyone goes up. Okay. Preview. What's this? Copy chart. Okay. All right. Let's throw it in. And it put it in a new tab. Okay. But it pulled all the data over from the other one automatically. Okay. That's cool. All right. We like that. And this is just, okay. So this is the little bit, this story that it tells us at the end. Okay. So create a bar chart. Here's some suggestions to visualize the total revenue, create a formula that calculates, create a pivot table showing the total revenue for each channel and customer type. Okay, that one's kind of cool too. All right, what's next? Here are your charts. Here's where the magic happens. Transform your analytics into clear charts. Try these prompts. Okay, for trend, create a pivotal table. Oh, kind of what they suggested. Then generate a line chart titled revenue over growth for performance comparison, distribution analytics. Oh, we kind of did. Oh, wow. So this is what it already did for us. Nice. Okay, so let's do a different one. Let's do for performance comparison. Let's see what this brings up when we go back to the original chart. Or since we're in a new sheet, I wonder if it's going to pull it over. Because we're not in this one anymore. It probably will. We'll see. It doesn't. Okay, so because we're in this tab, it's not going to do anything. I think we have to go back to this tab. Now let's do the same thing. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't jump from tab to tab. That's good to know. All right, so top revenue drivers. There we go. So we got what we needed. It just looks different. So basic, enterprise, pro for the plan. And then we could probably connect that with revenue. So enterprise is the most. All right, so we got that. Let's see, what are some pro tips? Always click preview. Yep. Ask for specific colors. Okay, for brand. Request data labels. Make this chart more visually. That is such a broad term. Okay, let's just go make the colors of the chart. What are we going to do? Let's just do red, green, and what's the last color?
Blue.
What color?
Blue.
Red, green, pink? Red, green, and pink. Okay. All right. Make the colors red, green, and pink on this chart. And
the official colors of business.
Yes. Red, green, and pink. What is it? Christmas and Valentine's Day all combined into one. I love it. All right, let's see what it pulls back and what we got. All right. Okay. And by pink, it must mean orange. Okay. And we got red, blue, and orange. Not even close. Okay. Oh, that's good times. Pro is in green, unless I'm colorblind. Is there something? Yeah, nope. I don't think I'm colorblind. At least not from here. All right. Yeah, we'll go with it. It's not perfect. Okay. And make it more visually appealing and enhance the visual appeal. What did it do to enhance the visual appeal? Nothing really. It gave me the enterprise is blue, red is pro, basic. So I guess it gave me a little bit more. And it doesn't say enterprise over here on the left. So I don't know if that's exactly better visually, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't think so. Yeah, it just changed the color and it says enterprise down here at the bottom versus up at the top. This actually looks quite a bit cleaner, in my opinion, other than the color difference. Weird. Oh well, AI is not perfect, and we all know this. Okay, we'll preview it. Okay, so we do like this. We can insert this one, or we can insert this one. Let's do this one just because it's more colorful. I don't even like it more. Oh, when you open it up. Okay, so it does have it here at least. I guess they took away the lines. Either way. All right, we'll throw it in, but it does put it in as a new tab again down here. So the other one was this tab. So each time it's going to give us a new tab. I'm assuming we could copy it and probably put it in the original tab. I know that'll dirty up the data, muddy it a little bit, or just at least the look of the spreadsheet. I just want to know if it'll add to it. Okay. Yeah, of course we can just copy and paste it. But we have the chart one. Okay. So at least we can see a little bit and get a visual of what's going on looking at the data. I think that's the whole point, is looking at, okay, where's this money coming from? Who's it coming from? How much is there versus just doing a regular total, like adding it up. And then, yeah, this is a lot faster to get this information, I think, at least to see it. All right, so what do we got? Draft a mini report, write 5 concise findings that directly references the charts above. Then add a short next step section with 3 bullets. All right. So we'll keep along with this one. We'll move back to the original sheet. Yeah, we'll move back to the original sheet. Oh, so it says it down here. Okay, that's how we can tell. I didn't notice that until just now. When you change sheets, when you ask it a question, it shows the sheet that it's referencing right here. So for this situation, we want to do this sheet. We don't want to do the general one because we're not going to get it from that last chart. All right. So that was extremely fast. Okay, here are the 5 findings that we can do. Enterprise is the highest, significantly outperforming. Yep. Pro is the second highest. Basic generates the least revenue. Okay, quite a bit of revenue. The combined revenue is less than the revenue generated by enterprise alone. Interesting. Is that right? That doesn't look right. Hold on. Again, double checking our data. The combined revenue of Pro and Basic is more than enterprise. Oh, is less than the revenue generated by enterprise alone. That's not true. Am I looking at something wrong here? That's not true.
No, that looks, what you're saying looks right.
Yeah. So if we look at the raw data, okay. So enterprise is red of 33, pro is 28. So 28 plus 18 is more than 33. Like, I know AI wasn't good at math, but I thought it got a little bit better, or it could at least do a little bit of adding. But yeah, see, again, why it's important to not just copy and paste what everything AI says. The combined revenue, yeah, so this is wrong. The revenue different. Now it makes me question everything else. So I would have to do some math. I would have to subtract if I wanted to believe this. Or investigate the factors. Okay, analyze the performance. Consider exploring. Okay, so those are the next steps. So let's just do, so double check this data. Let's see if it's going to do anything. But yeah, no, we'll see what it says. Check yourself. verification. Pros 28 basic. Enterprise has the highest. Okay, that is correct. Pro revenue. This is indeed the second highest. Okay. Basic generates the least amount. Yes, this is correct. The revenue difference between Pro is 4,000. So they do this simple subtraction. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay. Is less than the verification. All right. So it needed to break it down a little bit. It might have been too much. Therefore, the statement is incorrect. See, look at that. The combined revenue of Basic and Pro is actually more. Yep. There we go. Okay. So it double checked itself. But why didn't it just give me the right answer the first time? Because AI is there to make you happy, not to make you right. All right, cool. So list this, the correct statements with the next steps. Okay, there we go. This looks better. Trust yet verify. Absolutely, Beth. 100%. That's why I like to keep an eye on that. AI sandwich. Got to keep humans in the loop. 100%. Okay. The combined revenue. See, they even made it italic. That's great. I love it. Okay. So let's insert it in. Insert. No? Did it put it somewhere else? Nothing there. Top revenue drivers. Sources. Is it not going to insert? It could copy it, yes, but retry, search. Oh, you can search. Google search it. That's cool. All right. Well, insert isn't working, so I guess we'll just copy it. We'll drop it in there. All right. So now we have it. Sort the table. Okay. I do like how they add extra stuff to give you some ideas so you can keep going a little bit further. Sort the table by revenue. Create a formula that creates the percentages of each product in total revenue. That's kind of cool too. All right, do more stuff. All right, success checklist. Okay, you can explain every column and its business meeting so we can understand the data, at least in this situation, so we know exactly what's going on with the pro, enterprise, and basic plans. You've identified questions. Your chart tells a story without explanation needed. Yeah, that's pretty easy story to tell of how much revenue by product. I mean, it would be better if there were dollar signs here and maybe like if there was a time frame. So this isn't perfect, but do we even have the time frames? Yeah, we do. So we could clean this chart up. It's not great. It gives us basic information, but we could make it a lot better by adding to it, like we were saying, like what's the time frame? Is this a month? Is this a year? Is this 10 years? Is this lifetime? Is this dollars? Is this euros? You know, we're all over the world here. Yeah, okay. So we definitely can clean up this data. So it's a good starting point, but if we really want to dig deeper, we need to ask more questions or have it more tell a deeper story. Okay, your import includes next steps. Okay, we did have that. Everything is formatted and labeled correctly. All right, great. Data analytics tells a story. Level up. Okay, what can we do? So maybe this is create interactive elements. Yep. Highlight performance outliers. Add year over year. Well, we don't know if this is month over month or year over year. Prediction modeling. Ooh, identify trends in the forecast of next quarter. Let's do that real quick. That just sounds interesting. Let's go back to the original chart. Let's look at trends. Possibly predicting the future. I get all that clickbait sometimes on social media. You know, I asked ChatGPT what the next, big stock was. Yeah, nobody reads it. I don't. Okay, here we go. So monthly revenue trend, and it looks like it's actually looking at next quarter. Based on the trends, here's the forecast for the next 3 months. All right. So we can see September, October, November. monthly revenue. Okay. That's interesting. That's cool. Make a chart. Oh, wait, hold on. Did it already do that? Oh, no, this is what we've done already. Looks like we got some good revenue growth here in the summer months, at least summer in the US. Okay. All right. This is cool. I like this. This is a fan, provided that we A, double check the data, and B, make sure we ask additional questions to clarify what we need. And that is it. All done for the day. Editor-in-chief. It's success. What is this? Is this basketball or baseball? Yeah, I should know that. That's cool that it does that. All right. Excellent. Well, we are good for the day. We finished 12 days in, almost halfway there. This is exciting. How to do some visuals, ask some more questions, clarify the data. I think we learned our lesson with that one. All right. Awesome. Well, it looks like we are good to go. Any questions about today from anyone? No, we're good? Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, I'm excited to see your charts. I'm going to put your charts in, or I'm going to put mine in for the comments for today for day 12. Yep, day 12. So take a screenshot of your charts, There, put them in. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your day or evening. See you later.
Bye.